Hi Diamonds, what's up? I am Daya, also known as Fashionista Daya, and welcome to or back to my channel. So this was a video that I really didn't want to do, but it needed to be done. They deserve so much better than this. So welcome to the first episode of my little series that I'm going to be having every Saturday called Deserved and or Deserve Better with Daya. And basically, I am just going to be talking about all the things that I feel deserve better and or deserve better. And things such as from K-pop, animes, cartoon TV shows, just anything like that, like along those lines. Like, because I feel people always do commentary on YouTubers or influencers or celebrities, but I just want to give my commentary on stuff like this. And yeah, this is just going to be me sitting down with you guys and being as real as I possibly can be with a little bit of facts here and there that I can fact check with my computer. So yeah, girl, we're gonna go through this together. And I didn't want to have to do this video, but I felt as if it really needed to be done. I love running my hands through my hair because, you know, I just do. So just don't mind it. If you guys want to do a hair counter in the comments, go right ahead. I mean, a hair, how many times I like touch my hair. But anyway, so we're going to be talking about Gugudan, if you guys did not know. And, you may or might know who they are. I mean, if you love K-pop, then you probably know who they are, especially considering some of the members were from IOI, one of the first, like literally the first group that came out of Produce 101. So I didn't want to have to do this because they really deserved better. I literally wasn't even gonna do this group for my first group. I was gonna choose a different, like, you know, group for my first episode of this series. But as soon as I saw the article that, you know, they disbanded, which we'll talk to later in the video, I knew I had to do it because I felt as if no one's gonna talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about it. I felt as if nobody's gonna watch this video anyway, but whatever. This series is just for me anyway. I just love talking, so whoever wants to watch it can watch it. It doesn't matter. I talk to myself literally all the time, so I don't care. I don't mind it, but I don't think anybody's gonna watch this anyway. This series is probably gonna flop, but it's okay, girl. It's okay. Okay, so Gugudan, the post IOI group that flopped the most out of all the other IOI group members. I don't know where to start. But basically, we're just going to start with the beginning. But before we get into the beginning, if you guys are not new here, what's up, my dazzling diamonds? If you guys are new here, hi, I'm Daya. If you want to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss this melanin, and let's just get straight into the video. My channel has a first name, it's called Fashionista. My channel has a second name, it's Dia. I like to react on some days, and if you ask me why, I'll say my fans inspire me every day to be myself each single day. So, we're gonna start at the beginning, and who is Gugudan? So, Gugudan is supposedly an 8 or 9 member group. They used to be a 9-member group, but 1 member left. It's composed of Mimi, Hannah, Haben, Nayoung, Sejong, Sally, Soyi, and Mina. If I butchered their names, please don't come for me in the comments. I'm sorry. But those are the members that were in the group. They were originally a 9-member group, like I said, but Hyun left the group in 2018. So that's the backstory. And I do believe the group started around the Produce 101 era. So Sejong and Mina, this is before they were even Gugudan was a group. They actually went on the show Produce 101, which is, you guys don't know, it's a show for trainees and idol trainees, or idol groups, or certain members of idols, soloists, whatever. It's idols in general can go on the show, or just random people, trainees or whatever, can go on the show, and they basically show their talents, and they compete against other people who have a lot of talent. And it's kind of rigged. Honestly, we've all knew was rigged, but like it's just reality TV, to be honest with you. It's reality TV, because the people who even win the show, they like, nobody ever knows them after the show is over. It's kind of sad. The show gets a lot of ratings, you guys didn't know. Millions of people from all around the world tune into it. It's literally a great show. I watched the first 2 seasons, well, 1.5. I didn't finish the 2nd season. Then it got boring. And I was like, yeah, no. It's like every other kind of Korean show. It's not like the best. It's not horrible, but it's not exactly like, popularity is only within the show. And there's been many shows that tried to replicate it, like Road to Kingdom. The Q produced a show that, you know, did UNB. Like, there's been many other kinds of shows that tried to replicate Produce 101 because of its popularity. So yeah, you guys get the gist. It's basically a show where a whole bunch of idols and trainees come together and compete to be a part of a temporary group, usually, most times. And once the group is over, they just disappear into dust. Honestly, that's what the fuck happens. Most times. But basically, Sejong and Mina, basically, I'll show their pictures. They are the ones who went to the show. They were trainees, and they went to the show to make it, I guess, their company more popular or whatever. I don't know. Sejong and Mina and Nayeon went on the show Produce 101, like I talked about. I'm sorry, I had to look it up. It was Nayeon, Sejong, and Mina. They're the ones who went on the show, and they basically were just trying to make a name for themselves, essentially, because like I said, it's a whole bunch of idols and trainees come together to win, to place top 10 or 9, and those 9 or 10 people, or whatever, how many amount, I don't know, come in, and they are made into a group for a year under a certain company. That's usually what happens. The groups, like I said, a lot of companies try to replicate Produce 101, where they compete for and they end up being in a temporary group. And I think it's stupid, honestly, because after the group is over, no one's gonna look for the members. They're all gonna scatter, and they've been doing this for years now, and look what happened to IOI. The girls slowly are dying. Like, honestly, it's a very few of them who are actually doing very well, and the rest of them they got a lot of if you guys want me to do a separate video on all the other IOI members, such as Becky Meki, and, you know, all these other groups, Hinapia, Priston. If you guys want me to talk about all these other IOI members who got scattered around in different groups and ended up failing horribly because of their fucking companies, their shit-ass companies, let me know, because, girl, this is a hot mess. Okay, girl? K-pop is a hot mess, but, like, these girls deserve better. Anyways, but Nayeon, Sejong, and Mina went to actually go on the show to represent their group and their company and all that other kind of shit. So after placing 2nd and 9th, I don't know who placed what. Mina and Sejong were the final lineup. I don't think Nayeon actually made the final lineup, but Mina and Sejong made the final lineup of placing 2nd and 9th. I think Mina was 9th and Sejong was 2nd. I don't know. I don't remember. But they debuted in IOI in May 2016, my birthday month. And after that, IOI debuted, and they were doing very, very well for a long period of time. Nayeon didn't make the cut, but she was still going to be a part of the group after IOI. But Nayeon didn't make the cut, but Sejong and Mina did, and they went and they became part of the IOI. And then IOI was around for like a year, and basically after that, some of the IOI members went into subunits, because some of the IOI members were a part of groups before IOI, and some of them were already about to debut in a group or whatever. So they all had their own individual groups. Most of the IOI members had their own subgroups, so they went on their own groups, and IOI went on like a short hiatus and stuff. And that's when Nayeon, she didn't make the cut, but she was announced that she was going to be part of Gugudan. And Gugudan is also from Jellyfish Entertainment. So began Gugudan. So basically, after IOI was around for a year. Like I said, it was a long year. They had a whole bunch of hits with very, very, very Dreamgirls, What a Man remake cover. They did a lot of good stuff. They put out a lot of good songs, which it's kind of sad because they were a really good group. They could have, I wish they stayed as like, you know, an actual like permanent group, because all of them were just amazing. And it was sad once they like you know, disbanded and went to their respective companies. It was very sad. It was a very sad moment. But yeah, that's what happened. Gugudan, their first concept was a mermaid concept, apparently. And on June 17th is when Jellyfish announced the group name. And they were supposed to have they were supposed to have their album release on June 24th in 2016. And their debut was on June 28th, and that's when they did the little mermaid concept and Wonderland as their title song. I wasn't a fan around this time, to be honest. I don't remember any of this stuff, but that's when they were doing this concept. And after that, they had a couple songs. After that, they did a winter song where they did with Jellyfish Entertainment with other idols and other groups that participated in Jellyfish's Christmas thing. And in 2017, they came out with another album and they did A Girl Like Me. That's when I got into Gugudan. That yes, that song, girl. That song was a bop, period. Sejong is my bias. Well, was my bias, if you guys didn't know. It was Mina and Sejong. I love both of them. Of course, that's kind of horrible. All the rest of the girls were amazing. I just have a soft spot for the IOI members, so I'm probably biased. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't hate me. In 2017, they didn't get a lot of hype from their debut, as far as I'm concerned. It was a little bit of like, it had a lot of traction because it was in 2016. And basically, you know, they were at the height. All the IOI members were at the height. Once they like disbanded and stuff, they were at the height of their stuff, and their groups did well. Whatever song they came out with at that time, their groups did practically pretty well. But some groups did better than others, and some girls did better than others as far as soloists, like Chungha. But it was like, that was the only thing that gave goodness to the group. Like, it's kind of sad because the popularity that these groups had, like Gugudan, only got popular was because of the IOI members. Like, let's be very clear. Yes, Sejong is my bias and stuff, but like, they were only popular because of the IOI members, and that's the sad part of all of this. And we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But like I said, in 2017, they came out. I'm sorry if this video is all over the place, y'all. So much is running through my mind right now, so just bear with me. But on November 8th is when they came out with their single album, Chococo Factory. And sorry, I have a slight stutter, so if I stutter a little bit, just don't mind it. And the title track was Chococo, like, you know, Chococo, like, yeah, that song, girl. That song was annoying, but it was cute at the same time. It was like it was catchy. It was catchy. It gave a little bit of Orange Karma vibes. It was very weird, but I actually liked it. But A Girl Like Me was that song, period. But that song came out in February 27th. And so A Girl Like Me came out first, and then Chococo came out in November 8th. And those two songs did pretty well, actually. They did pretty well. I don't know if they got any wins for the songs, but that's when they were doing, you know, getting popularity, like I said, because the group was already doing very well, and the IOI members did, you know, made the group better. So before that, a member went on a hiatus. Soyu went on a hiatus, but that's not what we're going to talk about. In 2018 is when things started to go down left, I think, for Gugudan, because a lot happened. They did release a single album called The Boots, but which I remember listening to that song. It was a bop. That song was an absolute bop. And it's just interesting because after that came out February 1st, 2018. On May 17th, it was when Hyolyn went on temporary hiatus, and that's when they went to the 8-member group. This is where I said they were a 9-member group. Now they're an 8-member group. And Gugudan, after they debuted, they debuted in Japan. They debuted in Japan September 19th. They had a fan meeting, yada yada yada. Hyolyn left the group after being on hiatus for a little bit. She left because she left the group on May 17th to go on hiatus, but then she officially left the group for personal reasons in October 2018, which is completely fine. It is what it is. I hope she's doing okay. And yeah. So after that, came out with Semina, the subunit of Gugudan, with Sejong, Mina, and Nayeon, which were all on Produce 101. Like I said, Jellyfish favored those girls more than any of the rest, which is why I'm pretty sure some of them left. The company really focused on Mina and Sejong. Mina was doing a little bit of, I don't know if she was doing any acting, but I know she was doing a lot of modeling, and she was just really doing well, like a lot for the group. Shortly after that, they had a bop that actually did very well. After Hyolyn left the group in October of that year, November 6th, 2018 is when they came out with their new EP called Not That Type. And it was their new action kind of album, and it had 6 tracks with their title naming Not That Type. I'm not that type. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, you guys, that song was everything. I have it on my phone, like literally, I have it on my phone. It's a complete bop. Like, I loved it. And so we assumed that, that they were gonna keep going up from there, right? Wrong. That did not happen. And after that is when things went downhill. Because after Not That Type, I've been waiting for more music from them, but that's when they stopped releasing music. Yeah. So after all of this, after they debuted in 2016, it's been 2 years, only 2 years, and then, bop, they're gone. Poof. Yes. So now it's 2020. It's 2021 now, but we're moving on to 2020 now. So after Not That Type came out in 2018, they went on a long, not a short, because they had many hiatuses, but they went on a very long, because it's been 2 years, 2020 now, and they have not released any song. Not That Type was still doing very well, but they haven't released anything. Jellyfish put them in the dungeon for whatever reason. But after that, we did get a solo song from Sejong last year, because I remember reacting to her song. You can go watch it up here in the eye. I did react to Sejong's Plant, and it was amazing. The Chinese member Sally of the group, she went on Produce 101 in 2020 after 2 years of hiatus with her group. And she did pretty well, apparently. She got 6th, making her so she got to be on the Bonbon Girls at 303. I don't know who they are. It's probably a Chinese group, but she seemed like she did pretty well. And yeah, so she went on Produce 101 Chinese version, and she ranked 6th, and now she's a part of that temporary group in 2020. And then yeah, so like I said, around that time as well, that was in April 2020. Around that time, I don't remember when Sejong had her plant. Let me look it up. Okay, so it came out in March. So yeah, it was around the same time. So yeah, like I was right. So Sejong came out with Plant first, and then she, cause this is where things start to get a little wonky. So 2 years after their debut and releasing a couple albums with a couple banger title tracks, Jellyfish puts them in hiatus, and then Sejong comes out with Plant in March, and I reacted to that, and I was happy because the group had not had any songs since Not That Type, and we all know that they deserve to have a song because that song was fucking amazing. The Boots was amazing, but they didn't have any songs after that, so we were just waiting for them to come out with some more music, essentially. So Sejong came up with Plant, and I reacted to it, and it was amazing because Sejong's vocals, she's definitely one of the best vocalists in K-pop, hands down, which is why she's my bias. I don't just love her because she was a part of IOI, but yeah, her vocals are just amazing. Like, she's absolutely amazing, and she's an Ailey fan, and Ailey's my favorite singer, so I'm biased over here. So, but if you listen to Sejong's vocals in Plant and on YouTube, which I highly suggest you do, you'll know why, she's my bias. But anyway, I'm a fan of vocals. I love vocals. But basically, she came up with Plant, and the company started focusing more on Sejong. I've noticed that. So I haven't been looking into them because this is at this time of from 2016 to 2020. I was like into many different groups at that time. And I remember that Sejong was doing a drama. She was acting a lot. She was modeling. She was like she was sticking up for the group. She was the face of the group, honestly. She was doing everything. Like everything for the publicity for the group. This is where we get into why they flopped. So the company focused on them, and whereas Sejong was doing a lot for the company and the group, as far as I could see, Sejong was acting. I've seen her in some webtoons. She was in some dramas, some movies. Like, she says, I don't know if she was in the movies, but she was had her own solo for Plant. She was promoting for the solo too. She was doing a lot. Her Plant did that song did really well. I think it had a win. I don't remember. I don't know if her song won anything. Yeah, she had one win, I think. Yeah, she had a win. Remember, everybody was talking about her solo. And yeah, so the company really focused on Sejong because she was doing well in the company and the group. So she had a win for her Plant, and which was well deserved regardless of all of this craziness. But yeah, that's when the group flopped because the company focused so much on her and Mina, giving them all the different modeling gigs, the TV shows, because Sejong was hosting shows. She was everywhere. Her face was everywhere. I don't know if you guys remember, but her face was literally everywhere. Sejong was on radio shows. She was on music shows. She was promoting her music. She was acting. She was hosting things. She was on radios. She was everywhere. And the other members were just in the dungeon. And I felt so bad for them because they all deserved better. They really all deserve better. But the group was like, no. Sejong's gonna get everything and you guys get nothing. As the usual thing that happened with all the IOI members, they get favored in all of their groups. That's what I've seen. All of them have gotten favored in all their groups. And it wasn't any different for Gugudan, which is one reason why they flopped, in my opinion. The company favored Mina and Sejong, and specifically Sejong, and the company did not even focus on giving the group a comeback at all. And that's when, and also not even just that, because it wouldn't even be a problem. There's a lot of groups that, didn't come back for a long time or anything like that. That's not even a main problem. I see that the group kind of flopped, and where they started to flop is when the company started focusing too much on some of the members and trying to give them subunits and acting gigs and solos, and that's when the group started to go downhill. Because in 2017 is the birth of one subunit called Gugudan 5959, and basically it was composed of Mina and Hyeon. Hyeon left the group though, in 2018, I believe, but in 2017 is when they had a solo. I do remember this song, Ice Chew. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that song was pretty good. Mina's rap was everything. But yeah, that's when they did that, and it was a little too early for a subunit, I feel as if, but that's when they did it. And then the group became inactive because Hyeon left in 2018, like I said. And then Jellyfish had the audacity to make another subunit called Semina, which was iconic, don't get me wrong, well deserved. They was bad, like I said, they got more attention than fucking Gugudan themselves. But It was composed of Sejong, Mina, and Nayoung, and it was a perfect mixture. All of them were just amazing. The song did really well. It just was that song. And yeah, girl, it's just, it was crazy, because after that is when the company, they really put them on hiatus, because that was in June 2018. And like I said, in 2018 is when they went on hiatus towards the end of the year. And that is why I feel they flopped, because they focused too much on subunits and too much on the IOI members, and not giving Sally or the rest of the members some actual screen time, some love. Like, they gave everything to Semina, and which is Sejong, Mina, and Nayeon. They gave everything to them and nothing to the rest of the girls. And they tried to market off the rest of the girls by having Sally produce 101 Chinese version 2020 and stuff, and like give more publicity for the group. But nothing was working, because the group focused too much on the IOI members. And that is one of the main reasons why they really, their demise went down. And then not to mention their hiatus from 2 years, 2018 to 2020, their hiatus was really bad, because at that time they like I said, they released Not That Type, and that song did really well. It did really, really well, and they got a lot of hype from that. So we expected more music, right? Wrong. Jellyfish said, "F you. You guys are going in a dungeon. You guys didn't do it as good as we thought you were gonna do," and they focused on other groups. And not to mention, that was a bad decision, because some groups can go on hiatus, but you guys don't realize every year of K-pop, there's new groups. There's new popular groups coming out. Specifically, a lot of girl groups coming out. So their hype was going down as new groups were coming out. Like, literally around that time is when there was Idol and so many other groups and stuff coming out. Like, so many groups were coming out and like literally taking their spot. And that's what really went down their demise as well. So we reached 2020 now. And after all of this, I know I was jumping around a lot, but like, now we're at 2020. And the group is now disbanding. And I saw an article, they actually, on December 30th, Gugudan had announced their disbandment. And they all left on good terms, is what they said. Their final schedule was completed on December 31st, and Jellyfish announced that all of the members would stay within the company. So they left on good terms, which is a great thing, because a lot of members just separate after they disband. But they all stayed within the company. It wasn't a bad disbanding, but it was just, they deserve better than that, because they had so many bops and so much good music. Even Sejong was working her ass off for the group, being a part of all these webtoon shows, hosting all these shows, being on interviews, having her own solo, and winning her own solo. That's good publicity for the group. Mainly good for mostly Sejong, which is bad, but the group, she's part of Gugudan, so they know who she is. But like, it was just, they focused too much on the IOI members, and that took away the shine from the group. And I feel as if that was their main plan from the beginning. Like, they didn't really care about the other members. It was just Semina and the other members, honestly. Sejong and Mina and friends. That's what Gugudan was. And that's just the sad truth. That's just what it was. And that's what led to their demise. Them focusing just too much on Sejong and Mina. And luckily, the group is in good terms with each other, because they may not have gotten a lot of love. But I'm happy that all the girls are still sisters. They're all still friends. They're all still within the same company. That's great. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's, they have to bring. So that just leaves what now? They're all still within the company, like I said, so I don't know what's gonna happen between them. I'm guessing that they're all...
A few moments later.
Okay, so sorry about that. My phone had, my camera had too much, storage. So, what's next? I think the company are still not going to give a lot of attention to the other group members. I think the company is going to try and put the other members in another group, make them into a new group, maybe. I don't know, I hope not. But they're probably going to do that, or keep them in the dungeon for a minute, or have them go into other things like modeling or something. But they're definitely still going to focus a lot more on Sejong, because she did really well on her own. Mina, they're gonna focus a little bit on her, have her do her own thing as well, but they're really gonna focus just on Sejong. I think that the company should have treated them better than this. Especially having IOI members, the company should have did better. Like, this was, they deserved so much better than this. They deserved so much better than this. And I'm hoping that all of the girls just be able to make it and like literally make it, because this was just sad. Honestly, when I saw this, I was sad, but we all seen this coming. It's been 2 years with no music, and it's 2021 now. And like they still had nothing, so of course the company just disbanded them. Now I don't know what was happening behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, the girls maybe didn't want to be in the group anymore. They probably wanted to do their own thing, which is why they're all like still in the company doing like friends and stuff. But they probably just don't want to be a group anymore. I don't know, but as far as I'm concerned, they deserved better. They really deserved better. And even with their awards, like if you look at their awards that they had, like they literally won Rookie of the Year or something along those lines in 2016, was it? Yeah, they won Rookie Asian M Style Show in 2016. They won Korean Culture and Entertainment Awards in 2017. They've been nominated for so many awards throughout their whole entire career of being a group. They got nominated for Best New Artist of the Year. They won New Wave Award in 2016. They won Rising Star Award. They've been nominated for so many popularity awards. It's not even funny, every year from 2016 to 2018. And it's just a lot. They had 3 concerts. It's sad. It's very sad because the group had a lot of promising. Sejong's vocals were absolutely amazing. Mina's raps were everything. Nayeon had great vocals too. Hannah was the leader, and it's interesting because you would think that all of these members that the Iowa members would be leader, right? No, Hannah was the leader, and it's just, these girls deserve better than this. They deserve better than this. And I wish them well. And I hope you guys enjoyed me just ranting, because if you guys want to see more of me just ranting about other groups and giving you information and giving my take of why they deserve better or why they flopped and how they deserve better, let me know. I just wanted to have a sit down girl chat, talk about things that I see fit, because these girls deserve better. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just happy that they didn't leave on a bad note. That's really honestly one of the just main things that I'm happy about, because this could have went south real quick. That's just really what I'm happy about. But if you guys enjoyed this, then if you want to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss on this melanin, because why would you want to do that? Why? And yeah, tell me who you guys want to talk about next, because I have a lot of K-pop groups in mind, and soloists, and even some cartoon shows. I have a lot of things I want to talk about in mind. And tell me if you guys wanted me to add any more segments to this, such as, I only have 3, such as what I'm talking about, or what am I talking about, why they flopped, or why it didn't get popular, and then what now. Those are just the 3 parts that I have. If you guys want me to add anything else, let me know. And yeah, but thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys in my next one. And yeah, always remember to
shine bright like a diamond.